In the poem Fire and Ice, the poet Robert Frost talks about two different beliefs regarding the end of this world. He considers the question of whether the world will end in fire or in ice. In the poem, fire also represents human desire and passion, and ice represents coldness or hatred, indifference towards one another. The poet's experience has taught him that emotions like desire and extreme passion have power to bring the world to an end. But he also knows from his experience that colder emotions like hatred and selfishness have also great destructive power that can bring this world to its end. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. The poet discusses two views about how the world will come to an end. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. Here there are two different possibilities which might be the reason for the end of this world. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. By fire, the poet means uncontrolled desire, greed, and lust. The poet has an experience of desire and he knows how destructive the forces of greed and desire are. So he is in the favor of those people who think that fire will end this world. Or to say simply that the greed and uncontrolled desire, anger, and lust will cause the destruction of this world. In the second stanza, the poet says, "But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice." The poet has also experienced hatred in his life, and he is well aware of the destructive power of hatred. Hatred is an ice cold emotion, and for this reason, ice here in this poem is symbol for hatred or indifference towards one another. When we become selfish, we do not care about anybody else. Here the poet considers the possibility of earth being destroyed a second time. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. So if the world has to end a second time, the ice or hatred, which the poet knows very well, can also be sufficient. Here the word suffice means sufficient. So both fire and ice, or to say in other words, both desires of human as well as the hatred of human, is sufficient for the destruction of this world. This is the main theme of the poem. Now let us see the literary devices used in the poem. In the fourth line of the first stanza, I hold with those who favor fire, we see the use of assonance and alliteration. Assonance is the repetition of the same vowel sound in a line, such as the O sound in I hold with those who favor fire. Similarly, alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound in a line, like S sound in some say the world will end in fire, or F sound in I hold with those who favor fire. We have also symbolism and imagery in the poem. As we have already seen, fire is used as a symbol for desire and ice is used as a symbol of hate. The poet has used imagery by creating an image of fire and ice destroying the world. Another literary device used here is enjambment, which is when a sentence continues to the next line without any punctuation mark. This makes the poet continue a thought or an idea across multiple lines. Like in the poem, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Here we can see the full stop comes after 4 lines. So the sentence ends only after 4 lines. This is the example of enjambment. One literary device that some of you might have heard for the first time is anaphora. Anaphora is the repetition of words or phrases at the beginning of a poem. Like here we have in the poem, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. Here the phrase some say is being repeated at the beginning. So this is the example of anaphora. Next is the rhyming scheme. The rhyming scheme of this poem is A, B, A, A, B, C, B, C, B. So this is all for this short poem. I hope you liked the video. Thank you.